Do you think that just walking is enough to keep you strong and healthy after 60? Most people think so, but science reveals something surprising. Walking is beneficial for the heart and circulation. However, it does not stop natural processes such as accelerated loss of muscle mass, sarcopenia, progressive reduction of bone density, or balance and coordination problems that usually intensify after age 60. What many don't know is that each decade without adequate stimulus can mean up to 8% less muscle strength, which translates into fatigue, instability when walking, and greater risk of falls. The most striking thing is that exhausting routines or heavy gym sessions are not needed to reverse this trend. There are gentle, therapeutic movements specifically designed for older adults, which you can perform at home without equipment, without pain, and in very little time. These exercises activate deep muscle fibers, improve posture, protect joints, and stimulate circulation, achieving noticeable changes in just a few weeks. Imagine waking up each morning with more energy, noticing your legs feeling lighter, regaining confidence when climbing stairs or walking long distances, and above all, feeling the confidence that your body remains strong, stable, and capable of maintaining your independence for many more years. That is why, in this video you will discover the hidden truth behind what you were always told about exercise after 50, and how just 5 specific movements, backed by science, can reactivate your strength, balance, and vitality in just a few weeks. Movement 1. Calf activation. The calf activation exercise, also known as the calf muscle pump, is much more than a simple movement. It represents one of the most important physiological mechanisms for maintaining circulatory health, especially in older adults. Our gastrocnemius and soleus muscles, located in the back of the leg, function as a secondary pump that propels blood back toward the heart each time they contract and relax. This action is crucial because gravity tends to accumulate blood in the lower part of the body, which can generate swelling, edema, feeling of heaviness, and even varicose veins. Science has shown that, with aging, this muscle pump loses effectiveness due to decreased muscle mass and tone, which translates into slower and less efficient circulation. Studies in vascular physiology indicate that a weakened calf pump increases the risk of chronic venous insufficiency and deep vein thrombosis, 2 conditions that significantly affect mobility and quality of life in old age. Therefore, regularly activating these muscles with seated exercises is a preventive and therapeutic strategy of enormous value. It stimulates venous return, improves tissue oxygenation, and maintains the vitality of the lower extremities, reducing fatigue when walking and the sensation of tired legs. The most interesting thing is that this movement, despite its apparent simplicity, generates an immediate and perceptible impact. By raising the heels and then the toes alternately, a rhythmic contraction is produced that pumps oxygen-rich blood upward, favoring not only circulation but also overall cardiovascular health. Many people report a pleasant sensation of warmth in their legs after the first repetitions, which is a clear sign that microcirculation is being activated and that the capillaries are receiving better blood flow. Furthermore, being a low-impact exercise that is easy to perform, it can be practiced several times a day, even while watching television, working at a desk, or reading a book, which makes it a practical and sustainable tool for any older adult. From the perspective of aging medicine, this type of micromovement not only prevents circulatory problems, but also strengthens the stabilizing musculature of the ankle and improves balance, reducing the risk of falls. Incorporating calf activation as part of a daily routine is, in essence, an investment in active longevity. It helps maintain lighter legs, more protected joints, and a more efficient vascular system, key elements for preserving functional independence and fully enjoying each stage of life. Movement 2. Wall push-ups. Wall push-ups represent one of the safest and most effective ways to exercise the upper body in older adults, offering all the benefits of a traditional push-up, but with minimal risk of injury and total control over the intensity of the movement. Unlike floor push-ups, which require great strength and stability, wall push-ups adapt to different fitness levels, making them an ideal resource for those seeking to gain strength progressively. From a biomechanical point of view, this exercise involves the pectoralis major, deltoids, and triceps, while also activating the stabilizing musculature of the scapula and the core area of the body, promoting an upright and functional posture. What is interesting is that beyond muscle strengthening, studies in exercise physiology show that push-ups against light resistance, such as that offered by the wall, stimulate bone mineral density by applying controlled load on the bones, helping to combat osteopenia and osteoporosis, common conditions after age 55. Likewise, this practice contributes to improving thoracic mobility, something fundamental for maintaining efficient breathing. When performed with proper technique, the movement expands the chest, releases accumulated tension in the shoulders, and promotes deeper inhalation, which increases blood oxygenation, raises energy levels, and reinforces the sensation of vitality in daily life. But the benefits of wall push-ups are not limited solely to strength and posture. Their positive impact also reaches emotional balance and the prevention of chronic problems associated with sedentary lifestyle. By maintaining a deep breathing pattern during execution, the parasympathetic nervous system is stimulated, responsible for relaxation and recovery, which reduces stress levels and contributes to a better mood. In fact, recent research in older adults has shown that exercises that combine strength and conscious breathing significantly improve psychological well-being markers and sleep quality. On the other hand, by strengthening the musculature of the upper trunk and back, wall push-ups help correct postural kyphosis, that typical hunched curvature that becomes more pronounced with age and can generate cervical and lumbar pain. Correcting this alignment not only improves physical appearance, but also increases lung capacity, walking efficiency, and overall stability. The best part is that this exercise can be easily adapted. Bringing the feet closer to the wall reduces the intensity, and moving them away a bit increases the resistance. In this way, each person can progress according to their capabilities, without fear of overloading themselves or losing motivation. Incorporating wall push-ups into a daily routine means not only gaining strength in arms, shoulders, and chest, but also maintaining an upright, stable body, with better breathing and with the confidence that movement continues to be a powerful ally to enjoy a full life after 60 years of age. Movement 3. Squats. Squats are widely recognized in scientific literature as one of the most complete and essential functional exercises, and in the case of older adults they acquire even greater relevance. This movement simultaneously involves large muscle groups such as the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and the stabilizing musculature of the core, making it a key tool for maintaining strength, mobility, and functional independence over the years. In terms of physiology, performing squats stimulates both slow-twitch and fast-twitch muscle fibers, the latter being fundamental for responding quickly and preventing falls, one of the greatest risks in old age. In addition, the mechanical stimulus generated by the exercise induces a process called mechanotransduction, where bones receive signals that favor bone remodeling and increase bone mineral density, thus contributing to preventing osteoporosis and its complications, such as hip or vertebral fractures. This same principle applies to joints. Controlled movement strengthens ligaments and tendons, improves joint lubrication through increased synovial fluid, and helps preserve the flexibility of hips, knees, and ankles. From a functional point of view, squats reproduce everyday gestures such as getting up from a chair, bending down to pick up an object, or climbing stairs, which means that training them not only strengthens the muscles, but also improves the actual ability to function autonomously in daily life. But the benefit of squats goes far beyond the physical. Multiple investigations have found that strength training in older adults, particularly with multi-joint exercises like this one, is associated with cognitive improvements, greater confidence in movement, and a significant reduction in the risk of falls. In fact, studies in exercise neuroscience show that squats, being an exercise that involves coordination, balance, and postural control, stimulate the motor cortex and promote neuroplasticity, helping to maintain mental agility along with physical agility. In addition, core activation during the movement reinforces upright posture, counteracting the effects of kyphosis and prolonged sedentary lifestyle, problems that usually limit breathing and generate lumbar pain in old age. From a cardiovascular perspective, the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the large leg muscles favors blood circulation and acts as support for the venous pump that returns blood to the heart, reducing heaviness in the lower extremities. And the most motivating thing is that, thanks to its multiple variations, from partial and chair-assisted squats to full versions for those who already have more strength, Any older adult can adapt them to their fitness level and progress safely. Incorporating 10 to 15 daily repetitions not only strengthens the body, but also provides the psychological satisfaction of moving toward an active, autonomous aging full of vitality, demonstrating that it is never too late to build strong legs and a more independent life. Movement 4. Marching in place with knee elevation. Marching in place with knee elevation is an extremely effective and safe cardiovascular exercise for older adults, as it combines the benefits of walking with broader muscle activation and less impact on the joints. Unlike traditional walking, which is mainly limited to the leg muscles, this movement actively involves the core, hip flexors, glutes, and stabilizing musculature of the trunk, while the natural movement of the arms increases coordination and energy expenditure. Studies in exercise physiology have shown that exercises that raise the knee to hip height favor the joint mobility of the pelvis and improve the flexibility of the lumbar area, which is crucial for maintaining an upright posture and preventing pain derived from sedentary lifestyle. In addition, by maintaining a constant rhythm, cardiovascular function is stimulated safely, increasing heart rate and improving aerobic capacity without the need to travel long distances or subject the joints to the repetitive impact of pavement. This type of exercise, known as low-impact cardio, is particularly useful for those who suffer from osteoarthritis, overweight, or discomfort in knees and ankles, as it offers the same benefits as walking, but with less mechanical load. Even research in cardiovascular rehabilitation indicates that stationary movements with posture control can improve blood circulation, decrease muscle stiffness, and enhance oxygenation of the body, providing more energy in daily activities. The most interesting thing is that marching in place with knee elevation not only strengthens the cardiovascular system, but also contributes to improving balance, coordination, and functional independence in old age. The alternating elevation of the knees stimulates the vestibular and proprioceptive system, that is, the internal sensors that inform the brain about the position and movement of the body, which translates into a greater ability to react to stumbles or unstable surfaces. This becomes highly relevant when considering that, according to the World Health Organization, falls are one of the main causes of disability in older adults. On the other hand, the fact that the intensity can be easily adapted makes this exercise inclusive and accessible. Beginners can start with knees at mid-height and support on a chair for greater safety, while those seeking a greater challenge can increase the height of the elevation, extend the duration, or even add resistance elastic bands to enhance muscular work. On a psychological level, maintaining a constant practice of this type of movement also releases endorphins, neurotransmitters associated with well-being and stress reduction, which positively impacts mood and sleep quality. In summary, integrating 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds of marching in place, gradually progressing to 2 minutes per set, not only optimizes cardiovascular health, but also builds a more agile, strong, and secure body, allowing you to enjoy daily life with more energy, confidence, and vitality at any age. Movement 5. Glute bridge. The glute bridge is one of the most recommended exercises in physical therapy and functional training for older adults, due to its ability to simultaneously strengthen the lumbar area, glutes, and stabilizing muscles of the core. These muscle groups play an essential role in protecting the spine, as they act as a natural belt that maintains stability when performing everyday movements such as getting up from a chair, bending down, or climbing stairs. Various studies in biomechanics have shown that the weakening of the glutes and deep abdominal muscles, a frequent consequence of sedentary lifestyle and remaining seated for long periods, increases pressure on the intervertebral discs and favors the appearance of chronic lumbar pain, one of the most common and limiting conditions in the population over 60 years of age. The glute bridge counteracts these negative effects by specifically activating the gluteus maximus and medius, reducing the load on the lumbar area and improving hip mobility, which is fundamental for preventing stiffness and improving postural alignment. In addition, by elevating the pelvis, blood circulation in the pelvic region is stimulated and the hip flexor musculature is gently stretched, which tends to shorten with age and limit the ability to walk fluidly and without discomfort. Beyond muscular strength, this exercise offers additional benefits with scientific backing. It strengthens the posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, and spinal erectors, improving the balance between muscles that otherwise tend to become imbalanced over the years. Strong posterior musculature not only reduces the risk of falls, but also protects against injuries derived from sudden movements or lifting objects in daily life. The glute bridge also improves core function, which results in better overall stability and a more upright posture, reducing the effects of kyphosis and abdominal weakness. From a neuromuscular point of view, maintaining the contraction for 2 to 3 seconds in each repetition generates an isometric stimulus that increases the resistance of muscle fibers and enhances the mind-muscle connection, something essential in old age for preserving fine motor coordination. The most interesting thing is its adaptability. Beginners can start with slow and short movements, focusing on technique, while those who have more strength can progress with unilateral variations, the use of elastic bands, or longer retention times. Including 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions in the routine not only strengthens the lower back and glutes, but also offers a practical and effective tool to prevent chronic back pain, improve hip mobility, and maintain functional independence. Ultimately, the glute bridge is not only a physical exercise, but an investment in health and active longevity, capable of restoring stability, confidence, and well-being to those who practice it consistently. When integrated in a structured manner, the exercises presented, squats, glute bridge, marching in place with knee elevation, calf activation, and wall push-ups, form a complete and functional routine that responds to the specific needs of older adults. This sequence is designed under principles of exercise physiology and functional training, where each movement works on a key aspect of health. The squat develops leg strength and independence for daily activities. The glute bridge protects the lumbar area and improves hip mobility. Marching in place stimulates the cardiovascular system and coordination. Calf activation favors circulation and prevents swelling. And wall push-ups strengthen the upper body and correct posture. The most important thing is that, when combined, these exercises generate a global stimulus that activates both large musculature and deep stabilizers, achieving a comprehensive improvement in strength, endurance, balance, and mobility. According to studies published in the journals of gerontology, routines that include multi-joint, low-impact exercises adapted to individual capacity not only prevent falls and reduce muscle mass loss, but also improve bone density, cardiovascular health, and cognitive well-being. This means that dedicating just 20 to 25 minutes a day to this routine can make the difference between passive aging and an active, independent life full of vitality. The implementation of this routine is simple and accessible for anyone over 55 years of age, even without prior exercise experience. It is recommended to start with a gentle warm-up of 3 to 5 minutes, such as joint mobility or light marching in place, and then perform each exercise in the following order: 10 to 12 assisted squats, 12 to 15 repetitions of glute bridge, 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds of marching in place with knee elevation, 15 to 20 repetitions of calf activation, and to finish, 8 to 12 wall push-ups. Over time, you can progress by increasing repetitions, sets, or intensity, for example, adding elastic bands, raising the knees higher, or prolonging contractions in the glute bridge. The essential thing is to maintain controlled breathing and a comfortable rhythm, adapting each movement to individual possibilities to avoid injuries and promote long-term adherence. On a physiological level, the constant practice of this routine stimulates the production of myokines, proteins released by the muscle during exercise, which improve insulin sensitivity, strengthen the immune system, and reduce chronic low-grade inflammation, one of the main factors associated with aging. From a functional point of view, this type of training not only improves strength or endurance, but also provides confidence when moving, raises daily energy, and contributes to maintaining a positive mindset. In this way, what seems like a series of simple movements is actually a powerful strategy to build active longevity, prevent physical limitations, and regain control over one's own health, demonstrating that it is never too late to transform the way we age. In this way, these 5 exercises are not simple movements. They are a direct investment in your health, your independence, and your quality of life. Each repetition strengthens your muscles, protects your joints, improves your circulation, and enhances your daily energy, helping you age actively, fully, and with confidence. The most powerful thing is that you don't need expensive equipment or exhausting routines, just consistency, a few minutes a day, and the decision to prioritize your well-being. Imagine waking up each morning with more strength, walking with more security, and enjoying the activities you love without limitations. That future is in your hands and begins